Hi, this is Kelly. Today is Sunday, November the 23rd, 2025. I didn't do an upload last Sunday because I had a cold and I just felt sort of, yeah. Well, you know, it wasn't too bad. The main thing was I felt sort of yucky and I kept sneezing constantly, which would have made doing a video difficult. Uh, and of course, my cat was annoyed because he finds it very irritating when I sneeze. But, he had to get over it. And I think I'm pretty much over it now, too. Last Sunday, my weight was 216.2, which meant I went up by zero point 0.2 pounds. But I didn't sweat it because I figured it was cold related. This Sunday, November the 23rd, my weight is at 212.8, which means I've gone down 3.4 pounds in a week, which is really unheard of for me. So I'm thinking some of this is water weight, and I'm going to gain some of it back next weekend. But for the moment, that's fine. I'm just going to enjoy it. My total weight loss as of today is 98.2 pounds. And, you know, it's, part of me still doesn't believe it, because for one thing, I've lost it everywhere but my stomach, pretty much. But, sooner or later, my stomach's going to be affected too. But I've had an odd thing. It's just like recently, I just all of a sudden noticed some other changes that are not scale related that seem to be happening. I've got more energy, or at least all of a sudden I'm noticing that I've got more energy than I have in a long time. I've struggled with low energy levels since I was 20 years ago almost, when I had my thyroid removed because of early stage thyroid cancer. And ever since then, my energy levels were lower, no matter. And yes, I had my thyroid hormone medication, and I have my thyroid hormone levels checked regularly because they will not renew your prescription without doing that. And, they're always in the good, but my energy levels were always lower than they were before that operation. And I was never quite sure whether it was the thyroid or, my depression taking another leap downward or both. But when I started my weight loss journey this time around, I'm not saying it was the first, in February of 24, I was doing low carb, and I got to where I was doing really low carb. And, it worked until it didn't. And when it stopped working and I was stalled for 4 months, that's when I switched over to low fat, whole food low fat. And that was end of May when I switched. And one of the reasons, the main reason I switched was because I'd been stalled for 4 months doing low carb and wasn't getting anywhere. And 250 pounds is not what you want to be your final weight. Even if I am 5'9", 250 is too much. But it wasn't the only reason. Another reason was on low carb, my energy level got a little worse. And I struggled with insomnia. And I did a lot of things to try and make the insomnia better, at least, and figuring it would help with my energy level. And sometimes I would come up with something that would seem to work for a little while, but then it wouldn't again. Like, for instance, I did I made my own yogurt with the extra probiotics in it. That seemed to work for a little while, and then it stopped again. So, you know. So, when I switched over to whole food low fat from instead of whole food low carb, um, my body took a couple of weeks, like, what the hell are you doing now, woman? But then once it settled in, I can say now within the past couple of weeks, I've noticed my sleep is getting better. I'm sleeping better. I'm not needing to take a nap during the day every day. In fact, it's getting to be only occasionally I take a nap. And my energy level has gone up a little bit. Not an enormous amount. I would not say, I don't have the energy of a 20-year-old. And I wouldn't even say I have the energy of a woman my age who's, always been athletic and never been overweight, or had trouble with depression. So, but I have improved a little bit from my level. And hey, I'll take it. And how can I tell? Well, main thing is all of a sudden I'm able to take care of the dishes, washing the dishes after I eat, instead of always leaving them piled up in the sink day after day after day. I mean, it's a little thing. It's a very little thing. I have the energy to wash my dishes after every meal. That's a minor thing, but it's an improvement in my quality of life. And, I will take every little bit I can get. Hush you. My cat voicing his opinion. I know I'm thrilled that I'm down 98 pounds, but I know sooner or later I'm going to get to a point where I'm not going to lose any more weight without getting really drastic, which I'm not willing to do, because you can do drastic only so long without hurting yourself. And it may be that my final end point is higher than I would like it to be. In fact, it probably will be. But with the other benefits I'm having, it doesn't matter. It's been worthwhile. I'm very glad that I didn't just give up again after the low carb stopped working, and that I was willing to try something else instead. And I'm glad I landed on this, because I'm enjoying my food. And that's another thing, is the taste of my whole food is my appreciation for it, I should say, has increased. It's not like I didn't enjoy fruit before, or it's just somehow gotten better. And I think that has, to do with getting rid of the ultra processed food, but, who knows. I'm enjoying what I eat very much. I don't feel like I'm starving myself. And I don't really feel that deprived. But I will be honest, if somebody stood in front of me waving a big damn bag of potato chips, I would have a really hard time saying no. Because they were always my biggest weakness. But I don't, I'm not dreaming of them at night either. So the hardest thing for me has been being patient with myself, because it has been a slow process. I've been doing this now since February of last year. So, there's people who lose 20 pounds in a month. I try not to think ill of them. I really do. It's not their fault that I can't do that. But I can lose, even if it's not as fast as I would have liked. And I'm feeling good, and I'm not putting my health at risk. And, my doctor wasn't happy when I was on low carb because my cholesterol suddenly shot up. And it's down now. So why did I stick with it if it was affecting my cholesterol? Because I thought my weight was a bigger risk. And I wasn't discounting her concerns. I was saying, the weight was a bigger risk. But now, I can lose weight and not and have good cholesterol at the same time. Yay! So, things are going good. Hopefully they will continue. Main thing is I have to stay the course and be patient with myself and be kind with myself when I stumble. And if you're in a weight loss journey, I hope, it's going well for you too. And if you're struggling at times, remember we all do. And just be patient with yourself. Take care. Bye.